Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a powerful, almost invisible force that is shaping your financial future as we speak, whether you realize it or not. I want you to think of it like a tiny snowball at the top of a huge mountain, a snowball that has the potential to become an unstoppable avalanche of wealth.
So, let's start with a little choice. Imagine I'm offering you $1 million, cash, right here, right now. Or, you could take a single penny that doubles its value every day for 30 days. What do you choose? Now, studies have shown that about 90% of people grab the $1 million. And get this, 90% of people are dead wrong.
Because that single, lonely penny, after just 30 days of doubling, it turns into more than $5.3 million. That right there is the aha moment. And the magic behind this crazy transformation is a little something called compound interest. This is way more than just a fun math puzzle. It is the fundamental engine for building wealth.
Now, why is this so important for you, for me, for the average person? Well, think about it. Your paycheck comes in and then, poof, it goes right back out. Rent, food, gas, you name it. The old days of working for a company for 40 years and then just relaxing on a nice pension, well, those days are pretty much over. So here's the bottom line. You are now your own retirement fund. Your financial future isn't just about how much you make. It's about making your money start working for you.
And that brings us right to the heart of it all, the snowball effect. We're about to break down exactly how a tiny, almost insignificant start can grow into something truly massive, something unstoppable.
So what in the world is compound interest? Well, put simply, it's where your earnings start making their own earnings. It's not just your original investment that's growing, it's the profit on that investment that starts growing too. Think of it like this. It's money making money, which then goes on to make even more money.
The snowball analogy is just perfect for this. First, you have to start small. That's your first investment, your little handful of snow. Second, you have to roll it longer. Time is the hill. The longer it rolls, the more snow, or interest, it picks up. And third, and this is the really cool part, it starts to roll faster. The bigger that snowball gets, the more surface area it has, right? So it picks up even more snow with every single turn. That's the accelerating power of compounding.
And just look at this real-world difference. On the left, that's what happens if you just save 10 grand a year for 30 years. You end up with $300,000. Simple. But on the right, if you invest that exact same amount with just a pretty average 7% compound return, you end up with over $1 million. It is the exact same effort, the exact same money put away, but a ridiculously different outcome. It just goes to show you, your job earns you money, but compounding can make you wealth.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? This incredible force needs one crucial ingredient that, let's be honest, a lot of us struggle with, and that's patience. Let's dig into why the beginning of this journey is always the hardest part.
This initial phase is often called the valley of disappointment. It's that period where your snowball is still just a little snowball. The growth feels painfully slow, and you're just tempted to think, this isn't working. It's not even worth it. This is the exact moment where most people quit.
Let's go back to our magic penny to see this in action. After 10 full days of doubling, you have just $5. That's the valley. Even by day 20, you're at about $5,200. I mean, that's nice, but it's not going to change your life. But then, the rocket ship takes off. By day 28, it's over $1 million. By day 30, it's over $5 million. Just think about that for a second. 99% of the total money shows up in just the last few days of the month. It's insane.
And all of this leads to a fundamental truth. Compound interest is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It absolutely does not reward the impatient or people looking for a shortcut. It rewards the disciplined, the consistent. It rewards those who can simply wait.
So if patience is the secret sauce, what's your single most powerful asset in this whole process? It's not how much money you have to start with. It's something way, way more valuable. It's time.
Okay, this slide tells the story of two investors, Chloe and Sam. Chloe starts early, at age 25. She invests for just 10 years and then stops cold. She's put in a total of $50,000. Now here comes Sam. He starts later, at 35, but he invests consistently for 30 straight years, putting in a whopping $150,000. That's 3 times more than Chloe. So who ends up with more? Well, look at the result. At age 65, they have almost the exact same amount of money. How is that possible? Because Chloe's money had an extra 10 years to just sit there and roll down that hill, building momentum. And the lesson here is absolutely crucial.
Time isn't just money. In the world of compounding, time is a money multiplier. That decade-long head start that Chloe had was so powerful, it was worth more than an extra $100,000 of Sam's hard-earned cash. An early start is literally the greatest advantage you could ever have.
But, and this is a really critical twist in the story, this force, this snowball effect, is completely impartial. It has no feelings, no morality. It just amplifies whatever it's applied to. And that means it can also work powerfully against you.
So you can either build a wealth snowball using things like investment accounts or retirement plans, or you can get trapped by a reverse snowball, the snowball of debt. I'm talking about high-interest credit cards, the ones with 20–25% interest rates. That debt can double in just 3 years, rolling downhill against you, getting bigger and faster every single day.
And there's another sneaky force working against you: inflation. It's like the silent thief that makes your cash worth a little bit less every single year. If your money is just sitting there in a savings account and it's not growing faster than inflation, then you are actually losing purchasing power. You are getting poorer without spending a single dime.
Let's make this really tangible with something I call the coffee factor. Now, this isn't about saying you can never buy coffee again. It's about understanding the true cost of our small daily habits. So, what is the real long-term cost of that $5 daily coffee?
If you had invested that $5 a day for 40 years, it could have grown to over $500,000. That's what we call opportunity cost. It's not just the $5 you spent, it's the hundreds of thousands of dollars that $5 could have become. It shows how these tiny choices, compounded over time, lead to absolutely massive outcomes.
So after seeing the power of this force, for both good and for bad, what do you do? How do you make sure that snowball is rolling in your favor? Let's talk about the very first steps to building your own.
It really boils down to 3 core rules. Rule number 1, start as early as you possibly can. We saw what happened with Chloe. Time is your greatest asset. Don't waste it. Rule number 2, use the right tools. Things like retirement accounts are designed to supercharge your snowball, often with tax benefits or free money from your boss. And rule number 3, destroy high-interest debt. You simply cannot build a wealth snowball while a debt snowball is rolling against you. It's like trying to run up a down escalator.
And that brings us to our final thought. There's this famous proverb that says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Look, you can't go back in time and get an earlier start. None of us can. But you have complete control over what you do right now, today. Building wealth doesn't start with a lottery ticket. It starts with understanding this one powerful idea. That first dollar you invest isn't just a dollar. It's a seed that can one day grow into a forest. The only real question is,